May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. QuantBox, your global macroeconomic quant in a box. It's a beautiful tool, gives you a fundamental bias. And if you've been following me in these YouTube videos, super helpful in knowing what you're doing in the market and what your fundamental bias is, because you can marry that with technicals and you can trade in the right direction. 1 week trial is just 790. So before I jump into analysis, let's go through our watch list. So our watch list right now consists of the CAD yen. There's this trade over here. And as you can see, they're doing quite well. I spoke to you in the last session about over here, like, do you take profit? And I said to you, looking for a higher high, higher low. If you get a higher high, higher low, then it's time to get out. It didn't happen. Price just rode 21 EMA all the way down. Cool. I mean, get as excited about that as you get, as you are disappointed when you lose a trade. I don't have any emotion at all. Wow, it's a great trade. Fantastic. Who cares? Ultimately, the fact is that you rather want to focus on when do you get out than basking in the glory of a good trade. It's just a trade. So what you have to focus on is that the R1 has a target of S1. Okay. Now, what we can do is go to CAD yen and take a look at the daily. So the daily perspective, this is why it's beautiful, in position for a sell, R1, S1. So you've got an R1, S1. The price touched the R1, not really, but okay, we just use the exact same process to get out as we used to get in. Simple as that. So this untested level here, look at this. So price could go in a couple of ways, right? Price is either on its way down to the S1. It's down to this level over here, or it's down to the monthly S1. Okay, those are the three potential targets. And of course, anything else can happen. So what I recommend is, as price gets closer to certain levels. So for example, let's see, we've got, I would say as price gets close to the S1, you can also see right now, you're busy breaking. You can see that price is continuing down. It hasn't come off resistance into the daily pivots, okay, which tells you that today price is going to pull back, okay? So we don't know where that's going to happen. So what I would do is I'd pay attention to your market open candles in the 4-hour chart. So for this candle over here, we're still good going into Asia. We haven't closed any kind of support that I can see left-hand side. I think we broke support over there, so we're still good. We don't test that level though, okay? So as the 4-hour closes, what you're really doing, ultimately, what you could do is go back to your watch list and just keep an eye on the 50-minute chart and just do exactly what you did over here, but do it down here. So as price approaches different levels, you're just going to keep on tracing price. So you say, okay, cool, that's now a level that needs to be unbroken. Then price comes down. If you say whatever you're looking for in terms of a higher high, higher low, if you get a higher high, higher low, that's an indication it's time to get out. Just like you got in over here with the lower high, price breaking support becoming resistance. Look at that beautiful trade over there. Gorgeous with a 21 EMA, 21 below the 55, indicating bearishness. We got that over there to get in, so you're looking for the exact same thing to get out. And that's how you just run this trade all the way down, because yes, fundamentally, CAD yen right now, let's take a look at CAD yen. Fundamentally, now remember, I'm trading seasonality here. I'm not trading the bias of neutral, okay? I'm trading seasonality. I'm trading the idea of yen strength into third week of August. Now, of course, it is possible, totally possible, that this continues going down until then. However, it's also possible it does not, which is why we're not going to base anything on perception. You're simply going to look at this and say, well, if you get any indication to get out, then get out. You can always take another trade somewhere else. There's also other opportunities. Price could break the S1, go down there, a whole bunch of things. Price can come down, come back up for a lower high. The bottom line is, if you see a higher high, higher low on a lower time frame, it's maybe time just to consider profit taking. Looking at our other yen pairs, let's take a look at Aussie yen. So Aussie yen over here, we had this trade over here. We were looking at price, coming back up to resistance. We never got that. Here was our watch list. We never got price touching the bottom of this range. And so far as price sort of touching resistance over here, you kind of got this green candle over here, over there, which was It wasn't a bias candle, so I wasn't really paying attention to that. And over here, price not really touching resistance at all. You can see there, I guess you could call that resistance. Okay, price break, support, closes that resistance. Fair enough. I don't like it as nice as the other one. If you look at the M15 time frame, you can see here we didn't get a pullback to that. Okay, you did get 21 EMAs. You could take the trade off that as well, but this wasn't a nice setup like the other one. Okay, in terms of what to do with this, well, now we got to wait for price to pull back up and make lower highs, which is why I'm saying on the CAD and be aware of the fact that price could pull back. And, you know, if you get an indication of higher high, higher low, maybe you get out and then you get back in when price comes up for a lower high, if that happens. Okay. Cool. Then in terms of the other yen pairs, take a look at all the biases in the yen pairs. I mean, I don't need to really look at this because I'm trading seasonality. I know what seasonality is. So I don't really care if the bias is bullish. I'm still trading seasonality. Okay. Reason for that, even the pound yen, even though it is buy, I'm still trading seasonality on this. I don't care about the buy. The reason for that seasonality is because people go on holiday in summer and they park their money while they're gone for a while. So that's what I'm trading here, is really that situation. So we didn't have these in the watch list. Okay, you can see here, still haven't got, we kind of got a pullback over here on the euro yen. This was not part of our watch list. We weren't paying attention to this. So I'm not going to take any credit for that trade. And again, looking for that pullback, right? Looking for that pullback. This price come up. You've got support down here. Is this a higher low? We need some indication that price has not has finished making has finished moving up. So some kind of pullback, whether it's down here and then up to a lower high. We'll keep an eye on the euro yen. This one isn't ready for me. It wasn't part of my watch list. I'm okay with that. So pound yen, same thing here also. So we'll keep an eye on pound yen and euro yen as the days go by, and maybe we get an opportunity to take those down as we head into summer. You can see here also, this is Kiwi yen, didn't really get the opportunity we're looking for, so we'll keep an eye on this one too. Okay, top of the range working out though. We were looking at that. So I think yesterday I didn't take any further trades because of the FOMC, so didn't get an opportunity to take this over here. But you know, pullbacks are pullbacks are going to happen. So whether price, you know, comes back up for a lower high or price comes up and double tops or whatever it does, we'll see opportunities. I'm looking for price to close at bearish roll reversals. So right now, haven't got that, but nice to see the top of the range is then working. Might not be a great idea to sell this any further. We'll see what happens as this develops, okay? Cool. In terms of our dollar pairs, so FOMC meeting today, let's take a look at how our dollar pairs are shaping up after that. I'm not going to go into detail about the FOMC meeting or anything like that, just looking at the overall bias. As you can see here, euro dollar is still coming through neutral. Reason for that is just simply because this is not updating based on minutes, it's updating based on data. You can see there, look at that inflation on pound, 10%, that's insane. USD coming down nicely though, 5%. So let's look at the USD CAD. USD CAD coming through a strong buy. We'll look at that in a moment. Aussie USD coming through with a strong sell, and Kiwi dollar with a sell. So all of our commodity pairs. Let's take a look at our Aussie USD. Aussie USD, you can see that we have not been selling this. We noticed, okay, yesterday we've now closed in position for this now in the bearish zone. So if we wanted to sell this and this being a lower high potentially, I mean, this is worth keeping on the watch list. This over here, not massively a high, you know, this is lower than this. So if we follow the sequence, you got lower high, lower low, lower high. Could be a trade worth getting into. The nice thing is if we don't get any confirmation on lower time frames, we won't take it. So positionally, weekly, you can see the 8 o'clock candle coming off resistance. So have I got resistance left-hand side? It's not the most amazing resistance, but a lower high nonetheless. R1, cool. So taking a look at this chart over here, you can see consolidation. I'd like to see a breakout of this and a pullback to resistance. Same as what I did with the CAD yen. And you can see that there's the range, right? Now be aware of the fact that price is ranging. So these pivot points, the daily, don't represent true range because the previous day was ranging. So if you do get a lower low, lower high, pay attention to what happens if price gets to the profit-taking zone, but be aware of the fact that pivot points are narrow because the range was narrow the previous day, okay? Look at these pivot points the previous day from here, and then suddenly very, very narrow. So it's possible if we get a pullback lower high, price could break profit taking zone. I'm going to put Aussie USD onto my watch list because of how everything's setting up. And again, I'm going to be very focused on making sure that is verified. You can just go weekly. It's totally, in fact, we can go daily. It's totally cool daily. And we'll just keep an eye on the 15-minute chart. Excuse me. And just you're looking at this. Okay, you're looking at a break of that range. Your wicks do count. All you're looking for really is a case of price makes a lower low, price pulls back for a lower high. If price stays inside you, you leave it alone. As easy as that. Take a look at our Kiwi dollar. So Kiwi dollar. Okay, so coming up to a sell zone. Have you got resistance here? I don't have real resistance. I don't want to sell in the middle of the range. I'm going to leave that one alone. USD CAD strong buy. And you can see completely out of position for that buy. And I didn't want to buy down here because of where price was. I stick to my positionals very seriously. Okay, cool. So the Swissies, we know that Swissy, we're looking for Swiss strength. You can see there, oh, we've actually got to pull back to the 21 EMA. That was there before yesterday. Okay, cool. Very much out of position. Like if this is bearish, this continues going down, then look for a lower low over there. So you can see here, we can trap price inside there. Let's get our little range going here. You can see there. So if you get a lower low, pull back lower high, then go for it, right? We can put that in the watch list as well. Also, it's an Aussie, so that's cool. Let's put Aussie Swiss on the watch list. I'll sort them out in a second. So Aussie Swiss on the watch list. And again, you're looking for that, let's go daily, and you're looking for that lower low, lower high. Let's get our daily range in there. This is it over there. And you are like this. And yeah, you can see like that's a very big range. What I would do is I would keep an eye on the H4 time frame first. So in that case, let's put some weekly pivots on this. So it's easy to see. Let's take our daily chart. Let's just get that range over there. Fantastic stuff. And then H4. This is just easier. You can stare at less candles because now you can sort of say, well, has price made a lower low? And this might only be a trade for next week. Okay. So we'll just keep it here though. Okay, Aussie Swissy. Let's look at our CAD Swissy. So CAD Swissy kind of pulled back to 21 EMA, and you've now made a lower low. Okay, so what you're looking for now is with that lower low being made, there's your line. And this might not be a trade for this week. It might be a trade for next week. That might be a good place to sell next week. Okay, let's put CAD Swissy on the watch list as well then. Okay, and just go CAD Swissy. Let's go CAD Swissy. Again, if you don't get the confirmation, you don't take the trade. Nothing wrong with having a couple of pairs on your watch list. Let's look and see. Let's go weekly and let's go H4. And then what we'll do is just put this over here and we'll say, cool, do we get a pull back to that? We want to see, you can see price did test that resistance over there. We'll give a price to then pull back and test that resistance again. Okay. Cool. Let's take a look at our Kiwi Swissy. Just focusing on the commodity currencies because of how they're behaving. So you can see here price coming off the 21 EMA. If you want to trade this continuation, you're looking for lower lows, lower highs on the H4 time frame. You can see we don't have any right now. On H1, also you can see we haven't pulled back to this resistance over here. Not a massive fan of this trade. So what I'd rather do is I'll do the exact same thing here by saying not going to sell now. That's already moved. Does price break below there? So we're not really there yet. So we can just keep this off our watch list. Okay, taking a look at euro pound. Last time we looked at it was very sideways. You can see very sideways still. Cool. It's the euro and the pound. Let's look at our pound CAD. Do we have anything on pound CAD that really stands out? Price going up. So let's look at pound CAD on our bias. So pound CAD coming through with a bias of, let's take a look, buy. Okay, cool. Pound Kiwi coming with a bias of nothing. And pound CAD, which are a bias of buy. Okay, so all these guys are buy. You can see there, I mean, okay, so it's a similar thing to the other pairs. If you get a break above that resistance there, we did have this signal identified previously, We just didn't take any trades yesterday because of FOMC. It's unfortunate. But there you go. So you're looking for a break above that and you're looking for a pullback. So you can just do the same thing on H4, but there's still a long way to go before that happens. So we'll leave that alone. Looking at our pound CAD, you can see the same thing. Now we've actually broken above this. So if we're trending, we can trade out a position. So you're looking for a pullback to that. Let's put this in our watch list. Let's put pound CAD in our watch list. Pound CAD, quite a few pairs in our watch list at the moment, which is quite nice. Pound CAD, let's have a look and see pound CAD over there. Let's get the weekly and let's put this in H4 and let's mark off the level we're looking for a pullback to. Okay, cool. I'm going to come and sort this out. I know it's messy. We'll sort this out in a moment. And then pound Kiwi. Let's take a look at pound Kiwi. What we got? Daily. Okay, so prices then come off this. This is going to be a similar thing to has price broken the range? Not really there yet, so we can wait on this one. Okay, cool. I want to see our higher high to get the higher low. Unless it's a continuation, in which case get the higher low. Okay, but it's a bit more difficult because you've got no roll reversals below you to pull that off of. So I'll leave this alone. Let's look at our Euro Aussie. So Euro Aussie bias, let's take a look over here. Euro Aussie bias over here. We're looking at a bias of nothing. Euro Kiwi bias of nothing. Euro CAD bias of nothing. Okay, cool. But again, you can do the same thing over here. Wait for price to break out of there. Euro Aussie, Euro CAD. You can see prices just broken out there yesterday. That's cool. So H4, maybe ripe for opportunity. You can see looking for a pullback to that over there. Let's put this on our watch list. Euro CAD. Okay, Euro CAD. Euro CAD. Where are you, Euro CAD? There you are. Okay. And put this on weekly. Now remember what you're going to do. We'll obviously keep an eye on this over the coming days. What you're looking for is price needs to continue going up. If you're looking for a close of this level over here. Okay, cool. And then we can look at Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi has started its ascent. I see here's a different situation. Here you got a situation where you could find price pulling a roll reversal. So if price makes a higher low for a roll reversal, then you're hundreds. So you can put Euro Kiwi on and once price closes at that support, you then verify bullishness on lower time frames. So Euro Kiwi watch list, put Euro Kiwi on here. It's just nice to have a number of pairs in the watch list because you know that some of them aren't going to work out. And so it allows you to be a lot more disciplined because you're not stressing about only the one trade that you've got in your watch list. Okay. You're looking for a price to close the roll reversal. Some of these are not going to work out. Okay. But you can see clearly I'm waiting for that over there, waiting for a break over there, waiting for a break over here, waiting for a pullback over there, waiting for a pullback over here, waiting for a pullback over here, waiting for a pullback over here. Easy as that. And just keep coming back at every bias. You can check your M15. You're going to be watching. Like I reckon what you do is just come back at the London, sort of towards London Open, check it out. There's also towards London Open, check it out. During Asia as well, just keep an eye on these two small, shorter term. This one's going to take a couple of days, maybe like the whole of tomorrow, the whole of today. We'll see what happens. This one here might be until next week. This one here might be until like tomorrow, maybe next week as well. This one over here could be today. So look and see if price pulls back to that support. This one over here could be today as well. So you got a sort of an idea of, and why do I say that? Well, because this over here to break out and then pull back will take a lot. This to pull back, there's a profit taking zone right now. If bears don't take profit and it sort of sits over here and then pulls back next week, you can see how that can take a bit longer. This over here is a 15-minute chart. This might just be Asia. This might be a pullback at Asia, which is close around Asia. This over here, price to break out the M15 and pull back could be like by London or New York. Shorter term time frames quicker, right? Longer term time frames longer. But over here, why am I saying could be today? Is because when this candle closes, does the next candle close over there? Okay, so it could be like London. You got to keep an eye on that. Those are the watch lists, but ultimately the same with that CAD yen trade over here, which we're looking at. But holding our CAD yen, we're also aware of the fact that we're not really looking to sell this again. This was more about do we close, do we take profit? So you're actually looking for, you can sell it again, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend, you're so close to target, I would not recommend that. Like, do we close? I'm going to say, do we close? do we close? Okay, higher, higher, higher low. Just so I can remind myself that I'm looking at this from a perspective of do we close? Okay, so here, if you get a higher, higher, higher low, you take profit. Well, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, like, if you make a high, let's make a higher, higher, higher low, it indicates bullishness. Technically, if this comes back and pulls back to resistance, indicates bearishness. Same thing over here. Same thing over here. Here, price closing at support indicates bullishness, but verified down the line. Over here, same thing, verified down the line, and the same thing over here. Patience, discipline, liquidity. Those three things go together like salt and pepper. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.